The morning Maya Carter returned from leading a week-long innovation summit, she expected to celebrate her department's strongest quarter in company history. Yet the silence that greeted her inside the sleek headquarters of Harbor Dynamics felt strangely unsettling as empty hallways replaced the usual laughter of designers, engineers, and analysts who had spent years building groundbreaking products together. She walked toward the collaborative workspace her 12-person team had transformed into one of the company's most productive divisions, only to discover stripped desks, missing computers, bare walls, and faded outlines where family photos and awards once stood, leaving behind an eerie reminder that someone had erased years of shared accomplishments overnight. Confused, Maya stopped a facilities coordinator who quietly pointed her toward an abandoned warehouse annex attached to the rear of the building, explaining with visible discomfort that executive management had ordered her entire department relocated to make room for a newly hired corporate strategist whose ideas supposedly promised to reshape the company's future. Inside the cold storage area, Maya found her exhausted coworkers working beside stacked shipping crates beneath buzzing fluorescent lights, balancing expensive equipment on temporary tables while fighting unstable internet connections, dripping pipes, and an overwhelming feeling that their years of dedication had been dismissed without the slightest respect or explanation. Her senior systems architect, Olivia, explained that the relocation had happened within a single afternoon while Maya was away, with security officers instructing everyone to pack immediately because executives wanted the renovated office reserved for a celebrated consultant named Adrian Locke, whose impressive presentations had captivated upper management despite no one actually understanding how his methods worked in practice. Maya listened quietly as every member of her team described the humiliation of carrying boxes through crowded hallways while employees from other departments watched in disbelief. And although disappointment filled her heart, she calmly smiled before telling everyone to organize their files carefully, preserve every process they had created, and continue working with absolute professionalism because their future would soon change in ways none of them expected. Long before this incident, Maya had built a reputation not only as a brilliant engineering director, but also as a leader who believed extraordinary results came from trusting overlooked talent rather than chasing fashionable trends. Assembling a diverse group of specialists who complemented one another through loyalty, creativity, and relentless determination. Years earlier, she had coordinated technology infrastructure for international disaster relief organizations, where impossible deadlines, scarce resources, and constant uncertainty taught her that genuine leadership meant protecting people first. A philosophy she carried into the corporate world as she quietly nurtured careers that others had underestimated. The company's new operations executive, Victor Harlan, had arrived several months earlier with ambitious promises about transforming the organization through disruptive innovation. Yet he paid little attention to measurable success and instead became fascinated by charismatic speakers, whose polished presentations overshadowed the quiet excellence of experienced professionals. Adrian quickly became Victor's favorite advisor, filling conference rooms with colorful charts, fashionable business jargon, and unrealistic forecasts that impressed executives unfamiliar with technical realities. While Maya noticed warning signs hidden beneath his confident speeches and discreetly began preparing alternative opportunities for her team should the workplace continue moving in the wrong direction. For several weeks, the warehouse became an unlikely symbol of resilience as Maya's department continued delivering every assignment ahead of schedule despite uncomfortable conditions, documenting every project, mentoring junior employees, organizing technical manuals, and ensuring every responsibility could be transferred seamlessly if circumstances demanded it. Her teammates questioned why she insisted on maintaining such remarkable standards when the company had treated them so unfairly. Yet Maya gently reminded them that integrity was never dependent on recognition because the habits they practiced today would shape the opportunities they earned tomorrow. Everything changed when Maya received a call from an old colleague, Aelana Brooks, now the Chief Innovation Officer of rapidly expanding Summit Horizon Technologies, who invited her to discuss launching an entirely new research division focused on emerging engineering solutions built around collaboration instead of office politics. During several confidential conversations, Aelana reviewed Maya's documented achievements, interviewed key members of the displaced department, and became convinced that their teamwork represented exactly the culture her organization wanted to build. leading her board to approve an ambitious expansion complete with modern facilities, leadership autonomy, and compensation packages that far exceeded their current salaries. The turning point arrived during a client demonstration where Victor proudly introduced Adrian as the visionary responsible for the company's future, only for one visiting executive to recognize inconsistencies between Adrian's public claims and his actual professional record after previously working alongside organizations he had referenced inaccurately. As difficult technical questions exposed the gap between polished marketing language and genuine expertise, Maya calmly announced that she and her entire department had accepted positions with Summit Horizon Technologies, explaining that they had chosen an employer willing to invest in proven teamwork instead of empty promises and fashionable slogans. Victor immediately abandoned his confident demeanor and pleaded for another chance, promising renovated offices, salary increases, and greater authority if Maya would simply reconsider before the board learned an entire award-winning department plan to resign together. Maya respectfully declined every offer, explaining that trust could not be rebuilt through rushed incentives because genuine respect should have been demonstrated long before talented employees were pushed aside for appearances. And she reminded him that leadership is measured not by inspiring speeches, but by the everyday choices leaders make when no one expects accountability. Back inside the warehouse, Maya shared the exciting news that every member of the department had officially received offers to join Summit Horizon Technologies, where they would become the founding team responsible for designing innovative products, mentoring future employees, and shaping a workplace built on transparency, collaboration, and mutual appreciation. The announcement transformed weeks of frustration into heartfelt celebration as coworkers embraced one another with tears of relief, realizing that the difficult chapter they had endured together had become the foundation for a future filled with opportunity, dignity, and renewed confidence in their professional worth. The following morning, the company's chief executive officer, Eleanor Grant, invited Maya to a private meeting overlooking the city's skyline after reviewing detailed reports comparing the department's exceptional long-term performance against the disappointing outcomes produced by recent executive decisions. And she admitted that critical information had been hidden beneath layers of impressive presentations and incomplete reporting. Maya explained that her decision had never been motivated by revenge but by responsibility toward people who had trusted her leadership, emphasizing that organizations succeed only when experienced employees are respected, honest feedback is welcomed, and consistent excellence receives greater value than temporary excitement generated by fashionable trends. As Maya and her team walked into the bright headquarters of their new company, they left behind more than an employer because they carried forward a lesson that every professional deserves to remember. True success belongs to leaders who elevate others, protect integrity during difficult moments, and build environments where talent is encouraged instead of ignored, proving that the strongest victories are earned through character rather than conflict. Please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends and family. We create entertaining and inspiring stories for our viewers, and your support helps us continue making great content for you.